Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week. Can you imagine? Here we are, 2026, ladies and gentlemen. How extraordinary. I mean, 2025 was pretty wild, and 2026 has definitely kicked off with fireworks, without a doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued support at BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, and YouTube. I am sure we're in for a treat here in 2026.
We start things off from Sprout Social. I want this Friday vlog to be a conversation that I have with you guys, because it's you guys in the audience that make the social media process that I do possible, right? So my attitude and thoughts has always been that I want to present content that I like, that I would want to share with you guys as the way or a way that I share things with my friends. And that's the way the channel has been run. So maybe its performance isn't as great as other channels, and that is because I don't base my content on metrics, right? Now, we'll go ahead and get into the topic, and I'll add on to that as we go along, but I just want you guys to know this is going to be a very casual, laid-back, me-to-you style video to start off the year when it comes to the Friday vlogs, and that is here from Sprout Social, 7 social media trends you need to know in 2026. Now, these are important, really, to me as a creator, of course, but also to you guys as creators yourselves, many of you that work in social media or content creation or digital creation. These are some of the things that we're going to see change, and maybe some suggestions that I can make to you guys also. So these are the seven social media trends you need to know in 2026, as they say here from Rebecca. And the first off, of course, is video is still king, and it still is. Whether it's TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, those sorts of things, it's still very important. Now, I've not messed around with LinkedIn. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments section if you use LinkedIn for any like news or information. Obviously, LinkedIn is more, well, it used to be almost priority, business related or job related things. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on how you consume your social media. And but it's true. Now here's the layout. I like a lot of the infograms that they used here, infographics that they used here, platforms that drive the most business impact. And you can see all the brands: Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And this is brand to customer, brand to brand, and brand to any. And as you can see, the statistics here. Now, I've not done a lot on Facebook. I've kept my Facebook personal. That's why you don't see me use a lot of things in any of my content from Facebook. But it's there. It is kind of a dying platform. I think the age gap and the age ideology and philosophy and worldview is changing there. So those are going to be different. TikTok is a whole other social media deal, just like with Instagram or Facebook. Very little growth for me on Instagram. It's very, very difficult to grow on Instagram in the media space, as it were, for current events, news, breaking news, or politics. And you guys already know this. A lot of politics right now, everyone's just fatigued on it. They're just absolutely fatigued and drained, because it's a culture war we're in. We're in an information culture war right now, and everybody's just absolutely just drained. And this is even with gamers and others. You may have noticed even from some of your favorite creators how content has kind of dropped just from the fatigue of it all, and all of the stuff that's being introduced. Now, I just want to mention here that GoPro is a huge component in social media, and how they work and how they market and how they brand. I'm not a big fan of their cameras. They do all that fisheye stuff. I don't like the fisheye at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even like the vertical video that we use, because for all these years, we've all used horizontal video. And this is what we've always used on YouTube. It's always been horizontal video. It's what we use in gaming specifically, and this desktop capture you're watching right now, of course, is in horizontal. Fortunately, it seems that that our good friends here at NVIDIA are allowing me to record this, because you guys know that through the year it would just shut down, because of little things within the actual browsers and when it comes to media. But I also wanted to mention, too, that as we see this young lady here, is that YouTube and social media has given people in foreign countries, as well as even here in the United States, an opportunity to have their own business. And that is to earn their own money from home as they do their work. And this has been extraordinary. And I see this as a really incredible opportunity for anyone in a foreign country to earn money, because in many countries, trying to start your own business or trying to start your own company is extraordinarily difficult because of the red tape and the bureaucracy and all that goes on in many of the countries that are more socialist. They call themselves democratic socialists, but come on. It's really so geared around socialism and the government having control and interfering. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen here in the States, because there's plenty of competition and things here. But at least YouTube has provided an opportunity, or Instagram, or OnlyFans, as it were. All these platforms have provided people with opportunities to earn money. And it's a great way to do it, even if you're a casual mom and pop or weekend style warrior when it comes to social media. There are a lot of ways to take advantage of that. And one of those advantages is AI. As you guys know, I like to joke a lot about my staff being ChatGPT. ChatGPT, as they say here, they're outlining it. They're about a year out. I would say it's absolutely true. AI is at least a year out from being more of a way of creating content, because right now it's great. AI is great, or LLMs, I should say, large language models are great at aggregating statistics and data and math and these sorts of things. When it comes to like nuance of conversation, ideology, worldview kind of stuff, it struggles a bit to try to, understand like the human thought process and our nuances of what we find interesting or what we don't find interesting or what we're trying to do. I don't know why I said it that interesting. I have no idea why I said it that way. So it's been a useful tool for me. It's helped a lot, I think, when it comes to aggregating the data and information that you guys see here. I still don't trust it entirely. I would give AI, large language models, right now a 70%, a C, as it were, in school. I would give it a 70 on its ability right now. I'm not saying that it's 70 in every category. Obviously, when it comes to aggregating information, doing SEO, tags, keywords, these sorts of things, what may be trending, or even searches, it's been an absolutely wonderful tool. But you're going to see a lot more of that AI coming soon. And, of course, already we're seeing a lot of the distorted type of AI that's out there that disguises itself as information or historic information or other things. I've seen some of them. They're pretty ridiculous. Like the one where the elephant was supposedly attacking these Indian guys that were trying to get selfies. I mean, it's just... It's so dumb what they're trying to do, but you're going to see a lot more AI, so just be aware you're going to see that. So just pay attention to it. If you're not sure whether it's AI or not, you can always Google it yourself or use ChatGPT or a Gemini or any of the other ones to help you assert and assess whether or not it's actually AI. And so serialized content will earn audience attention. And for me personally, as I've said it many times, it really comes down to what is of interest to me, because I want my content to be genuine. I'm not out here trying to chase down metrics. I'm not out here chasing down data. I see many of the YouTube how-toers, and they're out there like, find this information, use this data, use this, use that. And I agree with it, and it does work because I'm using AI for a lot of my data now, my keywords, suggestions on titles, suggestions on descriptions, what SEOs are trending, what's out there that's trending, that's popular, that's useful, and also what's safe to use on many of the platforms too, because there are certain keywords, there are certain words, there are certain phrases, even images that we may use as creators that can impact the results of our content and how it's presented. So you see here, interacting with audiences, 58%. Posting original content series, 57%. You guys know this because you're viewers. A lot of you are. And I'm not saying all of you are just viewers. Some of you are probably creators or digital creators as well. So this is kind of interesting content. You can find this article, of course, by just doing a search on it as well. And brands will prioritize resonance and community over virality, right? Over whether something is viral or not. Virality. And this is kind of one of those quantities over substance kind of things, quantity over just doing good productive work, QA type style stuff. Make sure that your content that you're doing is genuine, because you guys can hear in anyone's voice, or when you're watching people on video, you can see whether they're having to perform through it, right? Or that they're genuinely interested in it. And I've always tried to make my content genuine, is the way I would want to present it to a friend, or the way I would be describing something to someone. That's just why this is why I'm trying to say 3 or 4 words at the same time. So that's why you're seeing more of me being a casual about this, about these descriptions. But quality over quantity here is very important. I agree with that outline a great deal, and I think that's going to be very important to you guys. You want the content to be genuine. You don't want me to just create metric styled stuff, right? And ChatGPT, find the latest this, that, and the other for this, that. I want it to have substance to it. So content and network strategies will center on audience engagement, and that goes back to genuine as well. Quality of their product or services, obviously quality is always there. Originality of their content, I think that has a lot to do with the person's personality and their disposition. How they engage with their followers, that's obviously what we're doing right now, where we're having that kind of one-on-one type conversation. How quickly they respond to customers and content their employees post. Now, I understand that a lot of my content has elements of controversy, politics, and these sorts of things. And because we live in an age where everyone's looking and watching, some people are often hesitant to post or comment, because, you can obviously see when it comes to current events and politics, we have people out there, we obviously hear all the trolls. Obviously, there's a lot of trolling. There's raid brigades. There's all these people just waiting for someone to attack when they're online. And I see it every single day as a content creator. So I understand your guys' hesitation in commenting, but you can at the minimum, and I'm not saying this as for you to do. I'm just saying, if you're looking for ways to help the channel, if you're not comfortable commenting, you can absolutely hit the like button. That helps as well. Or engage with any of the affiliate marketing. I'm not saying you guys need to order things or do any things. I've never asked you guys for any money at any time for any reason other than these areas are available to you guys to help out the channel. It's totally up to you, because I understand the economic situation. I really do. Everybody sees it. That's why you're seeing even creators changing a lot of the way they present their content, or they're constantly pushing things. And I don't want to be pushy about my content. That's why I always save everything about my affiliate marketing typically to the last of the video, because I don't want to be pushing this and pushing this and pushing this. But it does help out the channel financially. But you can see that this pushiness that's out there from your own favorite content creators. But that's just something I just want to mention there. Authenticity and human-led storytelling win over hearts and minds. And that's basically what I just mentioned there, is that it does. I mean, it's all about you, the person, presenting information that you are interested in. You're not chasing metrics. You're not chasing numbers. You're not chasing, all of this telemetry that a lot of creators, how-tos out there suggest people do. As a matter of fact, sometimes they give very bad advice. And the same with AI. It can often not give you very good information, or you want to be cautious about using AI, because the more personality you put into it, it may be helpful, it may be useful to you, but the more data and information that can gather. Not the AI itself, not the large language model itself gathers the information, but its programmers and its engineers gather that information on how you use it. Social search remains a priority. This is going to be probably the biggest change that a lot of people are going to be engaged with, and some of you may already be doing this, and that is using large language models, ChatGPT, Gemini, any of the other ones, to search information online. They're really good at aggregating information. AI, or large language models, are very, very good at finding information online and putting it together. But the prompt or the outline that you give it has to be very specific, and it has to be very, obviously has to be very specific, and give it as much detail as you can when you're doing your searches. I don't use Meta a lot. I don't use the Facebook, Instagram one, or YouTube that much. I have started using it, but I don't find it as useful as a general LLM. And even with I just bought Vegas Pro 23, and it has AI capability within it as well. And I've also tried using AI editing software, And we're still a long ways off from all of that. Image generation, video creation, it still struggles. It still has to, when you're seeing these generated images, it's making it pixel by pixel, right? Sometimes they create templates on some of these sites so that you can use the templates. But the AI has to generate it pixel by pixel, which is why it's so challenging to maintain the continuity of the image or maintain the continuity of the image you may introduce into that video. It has to literally render each of those pixels within that image or within the palette, as it were. So imagine a palette and a painter, obviously painting on a canvas. The canvas has to be completely covered in the paint or pastels or whatever they're using. You guys get the idea. So I think that's where a lot of this is going to go. We're going to see a lot of this trending towards AI and large language models. And of course, I've already seen where gaming platforms and others are more concerned. Get ready. I'm going to flash it up to the top here. I don't want anyone to get vertigo. So let me know down in the comments what impact you've had with AI or large language models. Are you using any of them? Let me know which ones are your favorites. If you like, I can make recommendations on which ones I use and which ones I think do well. But overall, there isn't any one that's the one-size-fits-all of them all. Although I do use ChatGPT the most, and that's the one that I pay my monthly subscription to. But Gemini is also a very good one as well. I think that Gemini is a little bit better when it comes to technical things, and ChatGPT is decent at it, but not as good. But it has really impacted the channel, has helped quite a bit in other areas of my social media, because I do use it for data and for SEO, for keywords, even descriptions, and these sorts of things all play in there. Now, I obviously overlook and see what it suggests and then make changes to that, because I don't want it to be totally AI generated and created. But nonetheless, guys, that's what I had for you this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. And, of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to, so avail yourselves of that. And, of course, if you order frequently from Amazon, if you still have any cash around or a Prime member, you can use my landing page link. It helps out the channel. Your privacy is protected. And, of course, TrustZone VPN down there. One of my favorites. I should have used it the other day. As I mentioned in a previous video, I ran into an issue because I didn't use my VPN, ladies and gentlemen. Got to use that VPN. Stay safe. Nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, all you guys have been amazing. Thank you so very much. 2026. How in the world, wow, would you have anticipated we was going to kick it off like this? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued support. Everybody here on YouTube, of course, thank you so very much. Appearing there on the screen, that's going to be the channel icon. You guys can click on that if you're watching on YouTube, of course. That way you can subscribe to the channel, as well as select notifications to let you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys behind the Galaxy phone camera next week.